stop and let y'all know what I'm doing. I did glue this together. I'm not happy with the size of it. I had an extremely hard time trying to figure out how to keep my triangles with the pine when I cut these to form a circle. I thought it was going to be much easier, but it became much more complicated. It took me, I decided to go to bed, sleep on it, wake up next morning, which is this morning, and then I thought, well, I'm going to go for it. We're going to do this, and so I went ahead and did it on my miter saw, and did it the long way, but I got it together. It's not perfect, and that's fine. I got my spikes. Woohoo! I got my spikes. Alright, I got all the rings made, and then some extra because I was going to use them, and I thought, no, I'll put them to the side. Anyway, it's not going to be this tall. I got to cut stuff down, I got to sand things, I got to do all that stuff as I build it up, and I got to make a tenon. Doesn't it? There it is, it's pretty tall. Doesn't it look like a giant birthday cake? Isn't that beautiful? I think it's beautiful. It's not perfect by any means. There's flaws in it. That's okay. It's my piece. I'm one wood turning, and I thoroughly am enjoying myself. I love this. You know, it's like this passion. You know, I feel the passion running through my veins, and I hope y'all sense the passion when you see this. And it's going to be created, and I hope it just flows in, you know, in and through me to you, and in your veins. All right, well, we're going to get right to it, and I hope y'all can join me, and I hope you enjoy this video as much as I enjoy making this and wood turning this. I am so thrilled and full of zeal and passion. All right, see you then. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. I got this project here, and this is something that I saw. There's a guy on YouTube, and he made one, and it is absolutely stunning. It is beyond this world stunning, beautiful, and I'm gonna make mine almost identical to his, but it's going to be a little bit different. I reckon it's called a he calls it a European Decanter, okay? I did a small version of it because I love the shape of that. Okay, it is just beautiful. It's just dripping with yumminess. I'm going to I smoothed out the bottom of the decanter, so I can glue it on the tenon. It should be dry by now. Now I gotta smooth out the face, and then start adding rings as I go, and smoothing it out and adjusting, and bringing it down to size as I'm building it up. I just want to let you know what I'm doing, because I'm not going to talk the rest of the time unless something important comes to mind or happens. Okay, I hope y'all enjoy this video as much as I am gonna enjoy wood turning this, and even putting it together, it was monotonous. It was a lot of work. It took over a week to make all these segments and to figure it up. And my biggest challenge was making the spikes, figured up the cut angle and everything. Okay, so we're gonna get to turning. Here we go. I hope y'all enjoy. Woohoo! This is exciting to me. This is so fun. It is so exciting. I want to tell everybody about it. Yes, I want to shout from the mountaintop. Here we go. Okay, baby. Okay, my cat started right when I started talking. I apologize for that. Okay, in order to get this straight on, since it's got a bigger hole in it, what I'll do is, this is just my method. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or whatever. I don't have all the necessities, all the accoutrements that I need for wood turning, okay? So anyway, I'll put it on here, and then when I press it together like that, it will be straight, centered on there perfectly. Okay. Now I sanded this piece best I could. It is not perfect by any means. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and glue it on, and then we'll be ready to go, okay? We'll keep building it up. where did the piece go? It's the next day and it's gone. I can't find it. Oh my gosh, did someone take it? Oh, I know where it is. It's right there. I took it off. I'm playing with you. Now, I got to thinking last night and this morning, you know, the wonderful thing about, you know, stopping and going to sleep or taking a long break is you can think about things. And I was thinking to myself, and I've never done this before because I've never had this idea. This is segmenting, and so you just add pieces as you go, right? So it's not a big deal that you're, you know, it's not together. Okay, I was thinking on doing from, let me get this piece over here. Let me get it over here. Come on, baby. This is a beautiful baby right here. Let's see, she doesn't want to stand up. Okay. All right. Now I got to shape this down still. I still got to shape it down, and I will when I get it back on. I was thinking on, okay, from here up, this will go into the neck and then up to the lip. Okay, so what I'm thinking on doing is doing this, the neck and the lip separately from the body of this vessel. Okay, so I'm going to do it separately. And the reason why is because I don't think I can use my steady rest on here. And on top of that, even if I could, if I did the whole thing and just built it up, I have to open up some of this. Most of them have holes in them. Let me touch my screen. Most of these, like these little discs, have holes, and all of them have holes in them. But when you get down to this piece, it doesn't, and that's not a big deal neither. This piece is kind of small with the hole. I got to fill that in. So my thinking is it'll be less pressure on this whole piece when I'm opening the tube up, the neck up, and the top up. Now I'm not really going to shape the outside, okay? Because I need that to be together with the vessel when I shape it. Because if I shape it separately, then it's not going to come together properly. It has to be shaped on the outside together, right? So now I shape this side. I shape from here, from about here over, down. And that's fine. I'm not messing with this anymore, really. This is done. It's a slight raised area here. I got to be careful, though. It's getting a little small and thin. So that's what I'm fixing to do. I'm going to put it separately on this chuck and turn the neck and the lip and opening them up. And then I'll join them together, put that back on, join them together, and then I'll start shaping the outside, okay? But I can't put it together on this until this is shaped, because it's going to slope way down. Okay, as you can see, it's changed because, well, the piece had a bigger hole in it, and I didn't factor that in properly, and so when I went to cut down on it, it came off. The ring came off. This ring that I had made, it came on off because it got too close to the hole, and so this end came off and separated. So I had another segmented ring, but it's just regular pine, and I decided I would put that on there and see if I can't go ahead and just finish it as it is. I'm not too thrilled about that, but it is what it is, right? And I'm just going to improvise and move forward. And I'm not happy about the pine over here on the Greek keys at all. It is a mess. I have to sand on that. It's awful. It's just awful. This down here turned out just fine, but the Greek keys just kind of, they're pitted, and it's just an end grain, I reckon you can say. It's really bad. But I'll have to sand it by hand in order to get it smoothed out, because it's not sanding on the lathe. And it's the strangest thing, if you ask me. Okay, let me see if we can get this done like this, I hope. I'm not sure how far in this piece goes. I can't remember, because I don't want to break it off again. So we'll try this piece and we'll go forward. All right, it'll be beautiful. All right, we have it finished, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to have been able to take on such a project and actually create something like this. I remember when I first saw things like this online, and I'm like, I'll never be able to do that, but maybe, you know, one day. But anyway, I had a very hard time with several things. Okay, I didn't factor in this area right through the white area where this ring here, if you saw earlier on in the video, there was another ring I had made that was up here. And it was going to be up here too with the accent rings, these little thin rings, the dark brown, the walnut, and then the pine. And it should have been pine and then walnut and then this ring. And well, it got too thin, and so it came apart. And so I could have made another one of these rings, but I wanted to finish it so bad. I decided to just take the segmented ring I had made of the pine and put it right there and be done with it, and then put the rest of it on. But the other thing, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot through this. Okay, it's not perfect by any means. I learned with the spikes, like I've said before, are the hardest part of it all. I really had a hard time in figuring the angle and whether I wanted to use my table saw or my miter saw. And I ended up using the miter saw because the table saw, I could not figure out the right angle on there. And plus, a table saw, I would say it's the most dangerous tool I have. You really have to be so careful with that thing. But anyway, I finally got the angle I wanted and cut them, but they were too small because I originally, from the picture I saw of the other guy who made a decanter, he had his spikes down here where the pine is. And that's what I wanted to do, and I didn't make it correctly. And that's okay, because next time I'm going to make it where it's right here. You betcha. I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. But anyway, another thing about the spikes that I've learned is, okay, you have to have a smooth surface with the ring. Okay, hold on. Let me find a ring. I'll be right back. Okay, here's a ring. And pretend that these are spikes. Okay, you have to sand down the end, right? You have to smooth it so that you can put it on to the next, add it to the next piece as you're going. Well, the problem that I ran into that I didn't factor in is that, excuse me, the spikes, the points, if you sand down, you're getting rid of the points, right? So that's a problem. So I have to think about that and figure out where there's enough room to sand down some and make it level and still keep my points to my spikes. So that's another problem I ran into that I'm trying to figure out, and that I didn't realize at the time. And I'm like, oh no, I do that and I have to. I have another segmented, bigger ring of spikes outside, ready to go, but they got cut off on the tips a little bit because I had to smooth it down. There's no if, and, or buts about that one. But anyway, also, the other problem that I've already mentioned before is the sanding part. It was the strangest thing to me. This is an end grain of the pine. The pine would keep pitting on me and pitting. It would not smooth out on the lathe no matter what I did. And so I decided that I would resort to just sanding it by hand because I was going to make it beautiful. And so I sanded it by hand, and it's a good thing. I learned a lot by sanding by hand. It's very meticulous. It takes a long time to do it by hand. But I learned one thing, to feel of the segments that are joined together, and make sure they're smooth and there's no like a raised area between the segments and areas. And there was several areas. I really had to work with this a long time. And so I learned that, and I'm so glad that I had to do that, because that taught me a lot. Not everything that's done on the lathe is necessarily the best thing. It's quicker, there's no doubt about it. Now, if you have one of them sanding wheels or discs, I don't have one. To me, it looks like an awkward shape for a piece like this. If you have something kind of flat like a bowl or something, probably be easier. But I reckon it bends a little bit with the tip. It's flexible with like the pad. So, but anyway, I don't want to spend a long time on that. But anyway, it turned out beautifully. Now, I cut off the tail end of the video because that's about all I could do with, I shaped the lip area of the decanter, but I could not make a hole. Now, I got a hole in it now because I had to take the Dremel and open it up. And the reason why is because on down here, it wanted to kind of give me some problems. And I thought, you know what? I don't want it to snap again on me, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. I got my lip shaped and just open it up with Dremel because it's not a major deal. It was one segmented piece I had in there that I never had a hole in it. It was solid. It was closed. So, but anyway, other than that, I mean, I got it. It's beautiful. Now the Greek keys join all the way until you get to here. They don't join because I had to cut the ring slightly, or I had to add that little slither of wood to make it where the two halves join together perfectly. They weren't joining together perfectly, and so those are separated, and the ones over here are separated. But other than that, I had the right idea, and it's not perfect by any means. So I'll have to make some more sometime and try to do a much better job. And this is my first time, so it is quite an experience and a journey, let me tell you. But it's beautiful. So anyway, the lip. The lip is just gorgeous. I love that little design. I made this design by accident, trying to form the triangles. I mean the spikes, excuse me. And what happened is I made the cut on the wrong side of the wood, so it put the spikes laying flat instead of out, going around the ring. So see, I had a hard time, like I said, but I was able to use it for the lip, and I think that's pretty cool. So anyway, I just want to thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for all my visitors. Thank you for just coming by and watching my videos, or just stopping by. Thank you. Welcome to my channel. And I'm always so thrilled to have my regulars come. I miss you guys. And I'm thankful you come here. Thank you for blessing me and my channel. Thank you so much. And I hope y'all are doing well. And until next time, keep it turning and burning. That's right. And we will see you again, hopefully fairly soon. I have another project I've already done before I even did this. And all I have to do is put the video together. So that's what I'm going to do with that, and I should have it on out. All right, and y'all have a good weekend, a good next week, and we'll see you next time. Woohoo!